Namaste beautiful yogis, welcome to a 300 plus reps Vinyasa Yoga class targeting hips, glutes and legs. We're gonna do 280 active reps plus some Vinyasa and yoga poses that will add up to 300 plus reps. The class is gonna be intense, so remember to breathe. Remember to rest if your body needs rest. Let's get started. Come to the front end of your mat. Inhale your hands over your head and go for a side bend. Changing sides, reaching over to the opposite side. Open the top shoulder. Planting the feet equally into your mat. Back to center. Chair pose. Press your hips as far back as you can, knees as far back as possible, lifting the toes off your mat, pressing into all four corners of each foot. Hands on the floor, grab your calves, forward bend. Uttanasana. Relax your head, soften your face muscles. Inhale, come all the way up to standing flat back, back extension, slight back bend. Tuck the tailbone under. Connect with your core. The core supports you in back bends. Hands over the heart. Big breath in. Hands over the head. Exhale, flat back, forward bend. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. Pull the belly in. Peel your chest away from your thighs. Lift your toes. Hands on the floor. Jump your feet on the outsides of your mat. Wide-legged squat. Sit as far back as you can, press into the outer and inner edges of your feet. Belly in, shoulders relaxed. Hands on the floor, jump into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Tuck the tailbone under, press your toes down. Lift your quadriceps. Back to Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot between your hands. Press the back heel down, come up, warrior one. Rotating the left hip internally to face the front of your room. Spread the toes on your right foot. Exhale. Hands on the floor in front of your right leg. Lift your left leg behind you. And here I'm demonstrating. Next exercise is going to be knee to nose, knee tucks, in a standing variation. 10 of those. Squeezing the belly with each rep. 1, 2. Extending the leg. 3, 4, 5. Belly in. 6, 7. Don't allow your leg to be loose. 8, 9. Controlled movement. And last one, 10. Lift your leg. Use your glutes. Use your hamstrings. And now we're going to bring the leg on the outside, demonstrating the next pose. Lateral lifts. Try to keep your leg straight, even if you can't lift your leg all the way to parallel to the floor. Use that line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This was to strengthen the hips, especially gluteus medius, forward bend. And jump back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take the left leg up. square hips. Step the left foot between your hands, come up. Warrior 1. Relax your shoulders, soften your face muscles. Palms of the hands facing each other. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Extend the tailbone down. Front knee aligning with the ankle and toes on the left foot. Hands in front of your foot. Prepare for 10 knee tucks. On the opposite side. 1, 2, steady leg. 3, 4, scooping the belly in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift. And let's bring the leg to the side. 10 lateral lifts. 1. Flex your foot, pull your toes back in towards you. Feel your hip working. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step it back down, forward bend. And let's bend the knees, round the back, and slowly roll up to standing, like a ragdoll. Inhale your hands over your head, clasping the hands and turning the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. Open the chest, relax the shoulders. Hands behind the head, rounding the back. One more time, lift on the tippy toes. And next we're gonna step at the center of the mat, facing the side of the room, side wall. Hands above the head, palms facing each other, and we're gonna take a plie squat, side to side, 20 of those. We're gonna be stepping the feet out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, belly in, 7, 8, 9, 10. And take plie here, hold it. Knees are following the direction of the toes, and the toes are following the direction of the knees. Aligning your joints. Breathe. And let's go for side bends. 1, 2, 3, 4, open the top shoulder. 5, 6, lengthening both elbows are stretching and reaching. Great. 10. Straighten the legs. Shake your legs. And we're gonna face the front of the room. Hands on the hips, and we're gonna go for side lifts and 10 diagonal side lifts. Here you're gonna bend your knee slightly and contract again the gluteus medius. Lifting slightly to the back of the room, diagonally back. Changing sides, 10 on the left side. And let's again face the side of the room, and we're gonna go for toe touches, side to side, straight leg. Alternating left and right, reaching or kicking out with control, touching the toes to the fingertips. 20 of those, so together 10 on each side. Contracting your obliques here, trying to keep the chest open, shoulders relaxed. Standing leg is always active. Great, and to rest from this, let's go into a variation of a hip opener. Bring your right ankle above your left knee and sit back. Let the right knee open. Sitting here, feel your hip. Bring your hands on the floor in front of you. Left hand on the floor, right arm reaches all the way up, twisting here. And come back down. Grab your right foot here. Bring your foot into your inner elbow or hand and come up to standing. And release. Let's go over to the other side. Left ankle over the right knee. Sitting back and pull the belly in. Hands on the floor. And twist, right hand on the floor, left arm reaches all the way up. And let's grab the foot into the inner elbow or hand and come up to standing. And release. Shake the legs. Facing the front of the room. Exhale, forward bend. Step the feet into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide open. Always remember your foundation. Plank. Lift the right leg straight up. Flex the foot. Lower down chaturanga. One-legged chaturanga. Press the heel up. Hold. Upward facing dog. Good. Back to chaturanga. And exhale, downward facing dog. Don't forget your second chaturanga. And let's take the right leg up. Again. Flex the foot. Step the foot between your hands. Come up. High lunge. Tuck the tailbone under, especially the runners. If you're running, make sure to tuck your tailbone under here. Stretch. Stretch those hip flexors. They will protect your hips and knees. We're gonna bend the knee down 10 times. Keep your right knee over the right ankle. Do not move it. We are just lowering the left knee down. Tailbone slightly tucked under. 10 of those. Exhale the hands on the floor, flat back. Lift the right leg off the floor, chaturanga one more time. Lift as high as you can. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Flex your foot. Plank. Chaturanga. One-legged chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga, and press back. Let's lift that left leg up, step the foot between your hands, and come up. High lunge. Tuck the tailbone under, and we're gonna bend 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flat back. Exhale down. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Open the chest. Lengthen the back of your neck. Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Square the hips. Step the right foot between your hands. High lunge. Bending. This time we're gonna jump. Instead of just lowering the knee, we'll be jumping 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Increasing the intensity gradually. Hands in prayer. Twist left elbow to right knee. Look over your right shoulder. Press the back heel away from you and soften your belly. Slowly coming out of this, hands on the floor, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up, stepping the left foot between the hands. Come up. High lunge, and we're gonna go for 10 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hands in prayer. Right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Keep the chest open. Coming out of this, hands on the floor, flat back, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back to chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog, belly in. Inhale, right leg comes up. Step the right foot between your hands, come up. Extend the tailbone down. Bending the knee. This time we're gonna switch jump. This is pretty challenging. 10 of those. 1. I'm pausing here so you can catch up with us. So use these poses to just set up and start and get going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's bring the hands in prayer, and one more time. Twist. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Really let your breath connect you to this move. Exhaling, squeezing the air out, twisting deeper. Coming out of this, exhale your hands on the floor. Plank. Chaturanga, moving through your vinyasa, upward dog. Back to chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, step the left foot between the hands, come up, high lunge, and we're gonna go for 10 more jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And hands in prayer, twist. Exhale completely, soften the belly, and let that exhalation take you deeper into this twist. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale, coming out of this, hands over the head. Exhale, hands on the floor. stepping back plank, chaturanga, upward dog, chaturanga, downward facing dog, coming back to your breath, ujjayi, mula bandha lock, and we're gonna bend the knees, look ahead of us, and jump the feet to the front of the mat on the outside of the hands. Taking a low squat once we land on our feet. From here, this is just a demonstration. We're gonna do 10 2-mini jumps back and 1 long jump forward, and this whole combo counts as 1. Keep the bend in your knees, jumping back. You're still in a squat, jumping forward, landing in a squat. So your legs are working, glutes are working. Let's get started. You can have your hands on the hips, 2-mini jumps back, 1 long forward. 1. Belly in. Again, pause frame so you can catch up if this is going quickly. 2. 3. 4. Keep your hips back. 5. 6. 7. We're starting to have a lot of fun. 8. 9. Last one. Woohoo. And forward bend. Hands on the hips, come up flat back. Inhale your hands over your head. And just do a few side bends here. Making sure to open your chest, tuck the tailbone under, and really go into your obliques. Planting the feet equally into the ground so that you are actually stretching your obliques. It all starts with your feet. And let's inhale the hands to the floor. Hands on the shin bones, look ahead of you. Hands on the floor, step in plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back to chaturanga. And exhale, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide open. Bring your knees down on the floor. And we're gonna come into a seated here. Rounding the back, lower yourself down onto your back. Come into a bridge pose, and we're gonna go into a one-legged bridge. Bring the left ankle above your right knee. We're gonna lift the body 10 times here. At the same time, use the opportunity to stretch and open the left hip. Try to keep your hips even as you lift. And change sides once you're done with your 10 reps on one side. You can use your hands and outer shoulders to press them down and open the chest. Try to keep the hips square and level. And release your legs on the floor. Clasp your hands underneath you. Here we're gonna do little jumps, jumping the feet on the outer edges of the mat and backing together. 10 of those, counting 2 jumps as 1. Try to keep your hips lifted. And you can bring the soles of your feet together. Reclining Baddha Konasana. Pressing the knees away from you. Happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of the feet. Press the knees down by your rib cage. Feel free to stay here longer if you need to. This is great to balance your back and hips. And when you're done with this pose, you can come up or roll up rather into a seated Baddha Konasana. Exhaling through the hips here. And let's bring the hands on the floor and come onto all fours. And I'm demonstrating the next exercise. We're gonna bring the knee to just above the elbow and press it up and back 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're gonna go over to the opposite side. Left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And next exercise, we're gonna bring the leg out straight diagonally 10 times. Really contracting again the hip, the glutes. Try to lift and pause. We're working on smaller muscle groups here with the gluteus medius. So you have to really focus on contracting the muscles. 10 reps on both sides and release. And next exercise, we're gonna do small circles with the knee, first in one direction and then reversing the direction, doing both clockwise and counterclockwise mini circles. And changing sides. This is again good for the hip strength, hip stability, and sit back in child's pose once you're done. We're done with our 280 reps. Now you can cross your knees right on top of the left and sit back, walking the heels towards you. Flexing the feet if you can. Bending forward if you can. Slowly walking back up and changing sides. Bring the left knee over the right knee. Either sit here or bend forward if you can. This is a great stretch for your hips, IT band even. Slowly walk your hands back up. Bring your legs in front of you. Inhale, reaching over the head. Exhale, forward bend. Make sure not to hyperextend your knees. Here it's a perfect camera angle to just see how there is a micro bend in my knees. Thanks for joining me today. We're done. You can finish with Shavasana if you wish to. Namaste.